Hello, my name is Cody Sarhan, or Blackout, which is my gamer tag, and I am the director, editor, and writer for Hemisphere. Now, the Eden Pictures logo is supposed to represent a DNA helix. You'll notice that it's a broken helix, which represents a break in the genetic code, which basically can be filled with almost anything to create whatever you think would be perfect. So that was the idea behind the Eden Pictures logo. I drew up a concept in class, and my good friend Incognito created the design in Photoshop because he's God. Now, Hemisphere was originally 55 layers big, if that's correct grammar, and 256 input items, which is phenomenally large for a Halo machinima and a lot of movies for like the silver screen and stuff like that, which I had to slim that down because Vegas was not working with me very well. Vegas being Sony Vegas 7.0, the software that I used to edit my machinima with. So after trimming it down, it was about 22 layers and maybe 160 items. I still had to split it up into fourths to get Vegas to work right with me, which is where the technical problems came into hand, which is why this movie was put out later than I wanted it to. My good friend Frank Sixer, or Frankie Q, which I've never called him that before, I don't know why I just said that, is the voice of Merrick. He plays a big role in a lot of my movies because we're such good friends. And Moi is the voice of Noah. This is my first movie in about a year and a half. My last movie was Legendary Episode 2. Wait, let this part, hold on. Good use of the composite there. Anyways, back to what I was saying. My last movie was Legendary Episode 2. Some of you may have seen it, some of you may not. You should go to the Halo Grid Download Center and check that out. Which is about a year and a half ago, and this is my first movie since, and the rust definitely does show. You'll notice a few minor audio errors. One happened in the opening scene just there. Wasn't quite, in your face, but it was still there. I can notice it, and it bugs me a little bit every time I see it. Another one of the rusts will be on the composites. They're not exactly lined up correctly, and that's my bad, and just didn't have time to go back and fix it. I want to get the movie out to the public. A lot of people seem to like this scene with the lightning and the thunder. You see a lot of rain in machinimas, but you hardly see lightning and thunder. Good use of the green screen there. Again, one of my good friends, Genetic Spartan, informed me of a good green screen location on Desolation since we weren't allowed to use any other map. And I thank him for that green screen. That whole scene with the reflection in the glass wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for him. Frank's favorite scene right there where he shoots himself in the face. Gets him every time. That's also Frank's voice, the voice of Dr. Keyes. That's Frank doing his British accent. He's pretty versatile when it comes to voice acting, which is again why I use him a whole lot, because he's a phenomenal voice actor. These looked a little goofy in my opinion. They were a little out of place if you ask me, and they could have looked a little better, but my Photoshop sucks. So yeah, one of my drawbacks. Photoshop hates me.
So what are you trying to say? We got a dead Einstein out there?
Einstein is a mere understatement. What we have here is superhuman.
Superhuman? What do you mean by that?
Gillian, so serious. Which is why I chose him actually. He's a pretty good voice actor. I like Gillian. Especially like his name. Michael Meridian. Has a nice ring to it. This is where the whole movie comes into play, basically, to where you find out that in the beginning those two people talking to each other were really the same person, or a part of the same person. Merrick was Noah's alternate ego, and a lot of people don't catch the fact that, they use more of their brain than a lot of other people, which is why they have the gift of super abilities like, pyrotechnics, the ability to control the weather. If you'll notice in Noah's flashback, it was raining, and in the final fight scene, which you'll see here in just a second, it's also starts raining out of nowhere, and that's one of Noah's gifts is the ability to control weather, while Merrick has the ability to, create sparks and fire, of course, and which Noah has fire, of course, but just want to throw in some more special effects. A lot of people thought the blue fire was kind of goofy, but that showed the whole opposite side of the brain type thing with red blue fire. Right there was a composite that wasn't lined up completely. You could see the little draw line at the top of the flame, which looked really cheesy in my opinion. But again, I didn't have time to go back and fix it because I wanted to get the movie out to you, the fans. Right here is where you get to see one of Noah's gifts and the ability to make it rain, which a lot of people don't really know why he does that. I don't really know either. I just thought it looked cool, but kind of added a certain element to the movie that I really liked. It also allowed me to tinker with the whole lightning effect that I really wanted to use. Merrick bleeds a lot apparently for a spiritual entity. I like this part with the whole smoke. Thought that played out very well. Right here, they're staring each other down, and Merrick realizes there's no way he can kill Noah because Noah's basically who he is, and there's no way he can kill him, so he tries to flee. And you really can't run from yourself, so Noah kind of tells him that, obviously. Right there, when he said, "I'm in the rain," that's kind of a clue as to he's the one that's controlling the rain. A lot of people didn't get that, so. Again, the ending was pretty rushed because we had to fit the 7-minute time constraint, but I thought it was about the only ending I can think of to where it left at a cliffhanger, but also ended the movie at the same time. BlueArrow.net, that's Melissa Elgia Hope's website. Go check that out. Well, thanks for watching Hemisphere. This was the special director's commentary edition. So if you haven't seen the actual movie yet, then I guess that just pretty much spoiled it for you. But seriously though, if you haven't, go watch the movie without the commentary, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Hope you like my further movies from Eden Pictures. Thanks.